where it is going to export 7 million tons of rice this year. And also, Japan has agreed to discuss the travel resumption with Vietnam. Joining us live is Chriselle Lacuna from Ho Chi Minh. Hello, Chriselle.
Hello, Alma. Good afternoon, and to all of our viewers. Yes, that is correct. Vietnam aims to export 7 million tons of rice this year. Vietnam, the world's third largest rice exporter, aims to ship 7 million tons of the grain this year, greater than last year's volume, the government said on Tuesday. The Southeast Asian country fully resumed rice exports in May after it briefly banned shipment of the grain in March and limited April shipments to 500,000 tons. So we can remember that last March, Vietnam briefly banned the shipment and limited the April shipments to 500,000 tons. And on May, it has lifted the ban on exports of rice. Those measures were taken to ensure it had sufficient food during the coronavirus pandemic. This will be 400,000 to 500,000 tons higher than last year, Mai Tian-dung, chief of the government office, said at a news conference. Yum said that the country had bumpy rice harvest this year from the dry weather conditions and the intrusion of salty water in the Mekong Delta. He said Vietnam had put aside enough rice for domestic use, stockpiling 270,000 tons of rice, including 80,000 tons of unhusked paddy, to ensure food security. Vietnam's rice exports in the first 5 months of the year rose 3.7% from a year earlier to 2.86 million tons, according to the government's customs data. Another headline, Alma: Japan agrees to discuss travel resumption with Vietnam. Japanese Foreign Minister Motegi Toshimitsu on Monday suggested Japan and Vietnam soon discuss gradual resumption of travel between the two countries, the official Vietnam government portal News reported. The travel easing was mentioned during Motegi's 30-minute phone call to Vietnamese Deputy Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister Pham Binh Minh, which was the pair's second phone conversation in 2 months. According to Japanese Foreign Minister, the travel reconnection is intended for business managers and experts in order to restart bilateral economic, trade, and investment ties. Earlier the same day, Chief Cabinet Secretary of Japan, Yoshihide Suga, also underlined the importance of considering resumption of travel between countries, according to the Vietnam news agency. Suga said his country would keep a close watch on the disease developments across the world and carefully consider the easing of entry bans on specific groups from each country, as well as related procedures. Regarding the entry relaxation, Japanese media have recently reported that their government is likely to include Vietnam in the list of 4 countries that can be exempted from the entry restrictions in the first phase, together with Thailand, Australia, and New Zealand. The Japanese government has planned to provide relevant specific information by mid-June. Both sides briefed each other on recent outcomes on the fight against COVID-19 and agreed to work closely together to strengthen bilateral exchange and economic cooperation. Motegi congratulated Vietnam on its impressive success in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic, which has been widely recognized by the global community. He expressed his gratitude to the Vietnamese government and people for their support for Japan's battle against the pandemic. Apart from the previously announced assistance, Japan will continue to provide medical supplies to Vietnam to help curb COVID-19, Motegi said. So far, that's the update from Vietnam. Alma?
All right. Thank you very much, Chriselle. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alma. From Ho Chi Minh EBC Vietnam Bureau, this is Chriselle Lacuna. We live in interesting times.